If you use your fast repair too early in the race, it's definitely going to set you up for a long race here tonight. Now, again, we've seen where some guys have made this work. Case in point, Marshall Hall was able to make this work for him. Just real quick, we were able to get YouTube back up. It shows that it's online. So for you guys that enjoy watching it on YouTube as opposed to Facebook, you should be able to switch back. Let me know if you guys do, and that way I can, if not, we can make sure that it gets back up. Or, at this point, we may have to just rock with what we got. Good news is we got majority of people here on Facebook, so we appreciate you guys having us. Out there in the comments section, Maddie Mink says that Cody says he's in Discord this time. Maddie, yes, he is. I actually was able to confirm that earlier, which was one thing I was going to say. So thank you for bringing that up. Cody Mitchell did join Discord under MGMR. I'm not 100% sure what that stands for. I'll have to get with them. But it looks like Marshall Hall is with him in there. Marshall Hall looks like he was originally First Response Racing, so maybe doing a little defection there and heading down to MGMR Racing. And that might be a new little team to look out for. We do know that Cody is strong on the long run, and Marshall always a threat. And as we stated earlier, Marshall was able to conserve his fast repair in the Daytona race to later in the race, and he put himself up for a great opportunity for an amazing finish. Ended up finishing 7th that race. So look out for those two younger guys, and they're definitely going to be a threat in the series here. Now, obviously, unfortunately for Cody, he's already involved in an early incident. That's going to make it a long night for him. Hopefully, he can keep his car clean for the rest of this race, and that way he can catch back up here. Gary Roll, he did not make it through that wreck. I believe he was checking up, and he got tagged from behind. Just an unfortunate incident for him, and he did not make it through that, so he would have used his fast repair, to be my guess. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at his car and see if he has any damage there. Yeah, no damage, so definitely use his fast repair. You hate to see it 5 laps into a 125-lap race. As the pace car's lights are off, we will get ready to go back racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As stated earlier, this track really lends itself to being pretty slick on the start. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys play out. Greg Willen gives me a howdy there over from YouTube land. So YouTube is back up and operational if that is your preference of streaming media. Pace car is dipping off. Justin Anderson will lead them around, and we are back to green flag racing. The 3 Steel Horse Racing cars, Justin Anderson, Joe Dinsmore, and Adam Wood with a great jump. I have a sneaky suspicion they kind of set that in motion in their team chat there. Okay, so we got a little clarification out there as far as the MGMR. So what it's going to be is it's going to be Mitchell, Gibson, Marshall Racing. And Brian Gibson just commented that he's going to start racing with them. So that's going to be rather exciting. We're going to have a new up-and-coming team. Should be absolutely wonderful to see. Craig said he just left real Las Vegas, and we're going to entertain him on his way back. Caution back out here early as we try to catch who's falling. Looks like the 70 on this one. Ooh, a lot of damage on Brandon Bernhardt here. And you see a lot of smoke. A ton of smoke. And once again, not showing. Oh, big flips here. And as we see the 70 come down, it gets loose. Almost catches a 7. Gets up into the 5, it looked like. Tags another car, flipping all over the place. Gets back on all 4. And I believe that is the number 6 of Tim St. Jean. He just kind of slides out there, and that'll bring out our second caution. A lot of damage there on the 70 of Brandon Bernhardt. Second caution here. Hey, Craig said, go Adam Wood. He's a good teammate, and Justin wins enough. You know, I don't disagree with this. Adam, one of my buddies, served in the military with him. So he gets ready to retire from the military, and he's the one that got me into this iRacing. Wonderful dude. Helped me out a ton getting into this, and just absolutely love the guy. And Justin Anderson does win too much. Anybody that knows me and Justin Anderson, we talk a lot of smack back and forth too. So I definitely can't cheer for him. I mean, that's just not right. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, while we have a second, let's go ahead and let's take the opportunity while we got it, and we have it this time. Let's pull up Cody Mitchell. Hey, Cody, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we was trying to talk to you last week. You got a huge fan base out there. Early incident here, man. You think you can come back from it?
I had to burn that fast repair early because of that accident. Kind of got ran over from behind, but Marshall has given me some good feedback. He's my teammate out there. He's up to ninth. He's telling me to get up there and get with him, so I think I can.
Yeah, I mean, you look strong. We kept an eye on you last week. You look stronger, even more so on the longer runs. Obviously, a couple of quick cautions here early. I mean, is that going to play into your strength if we can get a nice green flag run here?
Well, absolutely. I'm kind of limited on practice due to my schedule, so the longer we can click green flag laps, the more it runs in my favor, so I can kind of figure out how to run these tracks.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, first off, it's awesome to see you out there, and we really hope that you get back up there, man, and we look forward to this rest of the race.
Thank you, sir.
Craig Wellen just said, I forgot I need to cheer on Cody Mitchell and leech some of his fans. Hey, Greg, I figure if I talk good about him in the booth enough, man, I can pull some of his fans over to me. Right now, the only series that I actually race that is broadcasted is a Veterans League on Monday nights. But as I stated earlier, all my sim stuff's basically dismantled, and I'm waiting on some new equipment. Essentially, I'm going to be good to go probably by this weekend, except for my seat. I don't have a racing seat, so until I purchase me a racing seat, I really don't have anywhere to sit. So get to enjoy doing this and watch these guys and hopefully learn something for when I get all my stuff back together and get back to racing. As we are right now, 10 of 125 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A couple cautions rather early. As stated before, and I'll reiterate it, these guys, they got to really let these cars come in. This track is very slick. Not to mention these cars are just like driving on ice. I got lucky enough. I ran these in my other league, I think like last week or something like that. And I got all the way up to fourth, was running really strong. But man, I'll tell you, until these tires come around, you got to be really ginger on these tires and these cars. So right now, you're kind of seeing a little aspect of that. Just some small mistakes. And I know these guys in this league, they'll get this all squared away, and we'll be back to green flag racing, get some good green flag laps here. Pace cars' lights are off. They are starting to line up 2 by 2. Right now, your big mover on the track is Greg Garcia, up 18 spots into 15th. You have Derek Schilling. He's up 16 spots up into 13th. And Marshall Hall's up 13 spots up to 8th. So definitely going to be interesting to see where this goes tonight. Ed Springer's up 11, and you got some guys making some moves here. A lot of love, as always, coming for Cody Mitchell there in the comment section. So I do expect him to start making some moves here, especially if we get some green flag laps. Pace car is going to dip off, and we are going back green flag racing at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And the green flag is back out. Great jump once again by the Steel Horse Racing guys. And again, I feel like that's by design. These guys in a team chat, they're able to talk and get everything in line and go on a signal. So Great jump there by Justin Anderson. Now Adam Wood, he makes a move. He's up to second, just getting around Joe Dinsmore. Brian McFerrin up into fourth, excuse me, but he's going to drop back one as Johnny Downey, who we haven't seen, one of the league admins, just getting back in this. We got a car off the track right now. Looks like Steve Gottschalk. No caution. As you see, just gets loose and gets there in the grass, able to keep it going straight. So he's going to lose a lot of spots, but no caution coming out for that right there, as we are still under green flag conditions. Justin Anderson continues to lead. Good side-by-side racing here for the fourth position. Brian McFerrin, Johnny Downey. Just behind them, you got Sean Carmody, Marshall Hall. And right now on the move, here comes Cody Mitchell. He's now worked his way up into 16th spot. He sets here looking at Kevin Haas to take the 15th spot. Got some exciting racing side-by-side here. 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th as they remain side by side coming through turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 50. He's going to make a little move here as Marshall Hall able to clear the 27 of Johnny Downey. And now the 50 is Blake Ziti trying to make the move. Sean Carmody right there just on his outside. Continue to look back here a little bit more. Blake Gordon, he's got his hands full with Derek Schilling. This is for 12th position. Oh, Derek Schilling gets loose. He's going to be able to regain it. Loses a little bit of time there, but just takes a deep breath, gets it back under control. He'll get back up there. We see the 77 here in the Las Vegas mood here. That's Andrew Burgess. As Josh Lassen able to make a move. Just behind them, you got Kevin Haas, Cody Mitchell, and Don Warnke sitting in 18th with Greg Garcia in 19th. Dave Naughton running in 20th with Ross Gage in 21st. Adam Wood still continues to hang on to the second position. Right now, he's just about... he's just a little bit faster than Justin Anderson as that front group of three starts to tighten up here. Now, once these guys start getting, a little bit out on other people, you might see them back off a little bit, conserve some of their tires. Right now, Marshall Hall, once again, side by side, Brian McFerrin, he's looking to take over that 4th spot. They come out of turn 4, heading down the front stretch. Johnny Downey, you see, just extremely patient back there. He's sitting and watching, trying to pick his line, who he wants to go with here. He goes high, starts to drop in the mid, gets a little wobbly there. Now he's going to stick into that higher line as he loses just a little bit of speed. Coming through that corner, we see a car go into the wall. That's Kevin Schmidt, comes down, takes a hard smack on the inside wall. No caution at this point. No caution, single car. As he drives around, he should be able to make it to the pit lane, and that'll avoid a caution from coming out. As Adam Wood now making a drive here towards the 73. We are on lap 20 of 125 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 1, 2, 3, Steel Horse Racing, Justin Anderson, Adam Wood, Joe Dinsmore. As you see, all three of them taking a different line too. Joe Dinsmore on that low line, Adam Wood running that middle line, and the 73 of Justin Anderson running a higher line. Kind of cool to see how these guys are running. Interesting to see, again, Steel Horse Racing, guys. That's also a Chevy, Toyota, and Ford on that team. As they continue to fight back here, Marshall Hall stays on that inside of the 7. Brian McFerrin able to clear him now at this point. We come down just a little bit as the Kool-Aid Ford looks on that inside once again. Gets a nice run coming out of turn 4 as they head down the front stretch, heading down into turn 1. He's going to be able to clear the 7. Will he be able to make it happen as they come out of turn number 2? He will, and he's actually able to get up and clear. 27, Johnny Downey gets nice and loose there. He's going to lose a little bit of time, but nice moves there by the 50 and the 40 to avoid and not have an incident. We're seeing some strong racing throughout the field here as still, once again, your leader, second and third, 1, 2, 3, still in the same order, but Marshall Hall now sitting in fourth. He's going to try to make the drive and try to catch these guys. He set sail, has a little bit of clear track. Brian McFerrin not letting him go, though, and just behind them, Sean Carmody making a nice run for himself. And we look back a little bit further. Cody Mitchell, Don Warnke, they're decently tightened up as they come through turn 4. Don Warnke looking to make a move. Would like to grab that 15th position here as they turn in the next lap. He's just slightly off the pace. Cody Mitchell with the 31.25. Don Warnke with the 31.26. Behind them, Greg Juice, he has a 31.22. So he's the faster of the three there as he continues to try to drive and catch these gentlemen. As now Joe Dinsmore, he's making a move here on his teammate Adam Wood, the number 45, on the inside as they come out of turn 2. Not able to clear him. Adam getting that nice drive. He's able to clear him there, gets up high. That'll push Adam back to third position as he continues in that high line as Joe Dinsmore sets his sight on his teammate Justin Anderson. Johnny Downey, he was up to 4th now, just starting to drop off a little bit, falling back to 7th. As now he's got to worry about Blake Ziti in the 50 and Mike Bass in the 58. Not to mention Tony Pandon, as these guys are really bunching up here, and Blake Gordon up to 11th. Josh Laston, he's sitting in 12th. We know he's extremely fast as he continues to try to make a drive here and catch these guys. Right now, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, all within about a half second of each other as they are tight. Coming around here in turn 1 and 2, Blake Gordon is appearing to be getting stronger and stronger as this run goes along. Johnny Downey, unfortunately, it looks like he's got a little bit of drop off as now the 50 looks on the inside. That's Blake Ziti as they run side by side. Here comes the 51. He's going to get a nice draft off the 50. So he gets on the inside of Tony Pandon in 29, and he looks to follow his teammate there in the 50 as Blake Ziti is able to clear Johnny Downey, gets up in front of Johnny Downey as Blake Gordon now looks on the inside heading into turn 3. As they run side by side, coming out of turn 4, Blake getting a nice strong run out of turn 4. Just not able to clear Johnny. But now he starts to get a little bit of a draft. Tony Pandon drops behind him, gives him a little bit of shove as he's finally going to be able to clear the 27 of Johnny Downey for position. That brings Blake Gordon up to 8th. Don Warnke finally able to make a run here at the 44. He's going to take position. Just behind him, following suit, Greg Garcia. It looks like something might be wrong with the 44 of Cody Mitchell as he appears a little bit off the pace. Here comes Steve Gottschalk on the inside. He'll sneak up behind the 91, but here comes the 70, Brandon Bernhardt. After an early incident, able to get that fast repair, and he's starting to charge towards the front. We look back up front now, the 73, he's got a rear view mirror all full of the 95 of Joe Dinsmore. Joe looking extremely strong on this green flag run. 1, 2, 3, all in line here as your top 3 having a strong run here tonight. Marshall Hall continues to lead that second group. They're not far off as far as pace goes. Marshall with the 32.2. He was the fastest out of your top 5. So he's not much faster, though, with Adam Wood with a 33.2, Joe Dinsmore 32.3, and then Justin Anderson 33.4. Dave Wright asks, how many laps can they go before stopping? Dave, I'm not 100% sure. I am terrible about getting that intel before races. I know I should do it. I never do. I always come up here at the last second. Mind you, I try to, I'm bathing 3 kids and trying to get them ready for bed. But I believe they're getting roughly around 50 laps if I'm thinking correctly. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. I think it was Randy that made a call on gas mileage last week and was completely off. So I hate to pull that, but I think it's roughly around 50 laps. Don't quote me on that though, Dave. I'd say I'd get an answer for you, but hopefully we continue going green here. As right now they are tightening up the 82 there on the outside. Marshall Hall, he's making the run here on these top 3. They're starting to catch each other. Justin Anderson, he's again rear view mirror full of Joe Dinsmore in the 95, who's got the number 45 of Adam Wood all over the back of him. And here comes the Kool-Aid machine of Marshall Hall in 4th, and he's towing along the number 7 of Brian McFerrin and Sean Carmody in the number 40. Just behind them, sitting in 7th, Blake Gordon. So Blake Gordon starting to make a nice run here as he's looking to catch this top group. As now Marshall Hall looks towards the inside of the number 45, Monster Energy Toyota of Adam Wood. Adam giving him plenty of room there on that high side as Marshall able to clear him on that low side. Comes up and he will set sail now as he's running in 3rd position. That right there is what you call a lot of give and take. Adam gave him a ton of room so that way Marshall could take that position, right? So a lot of respect there from the number 45, the number 1, former teammates at that, as Marshall Hall making a strong run here as he is looking towards Joe Dinsmore in the 95. Last lap for Marshall was a 32.2, Joe Dinsmore a 32.3. So he's just slightly faster. It looks like he might be catching him even more so right now. As Adam just looking, trying to hang on here. He's getting a rear view mirror now of the number 7, Brian McFerrin. Lap traffic now. They just stick high, staying out of the way, running good there. I believe that's the number 16 of Ed Springer. Just kind of keeps it out of the way, giving everybody plenty of room. But the number 1 of Marshall Hall is really getting to the back here of the 95. As we see Blake Gordon now, he's in open track right now. In 7th position, turns a 34.1. So just slightly off of your top 5 in pace. As he's trying to catch these guys here. Johnny unfortunately dropped back to 11th position currently. As now he's going to have to contend with the number 77 of Andrew Burgess. We look back up front, continuing to tighten up here as the number 1 looks towards the inside now of Joe Dinsmore. As they come through the tri-oval, head down into turn 1. He's going to get a great run heading down into turn 1. The number 1, Marshall Hall, he will take 2nd position from the 95 as he will clear him and come up just in front of him. Now Marshall Hall looking, setting his sights there on the 73 after just having an incredibly strong run here. Adam Wood now, he's dealing with Sean Carmody. As Sean Carmody looks to the outside, heading down to turn 1 as they come through turn 2. Sean Carmody, he's going to be able to clear Adam Wood. That'll give him the 4th position. And now Adam Wood, he's got to continue to look back. Just behind that, Brian McFerrin, his teammate, sitting in 6th position. Looks like the 73 just turned it on just a little bit more to keep Marshall at bay here. Although Marshall on that last lap, a 32.2 as opposed to a 33.4 of Justin Anderson. So Marshall Hall is making a move here. He's on his way, looking for the lead. We're taking a look at your leader, the number 73 Justin Anderson. In second, Marshall Hall. In third, Joe Dinsmore. And in fourth, Sean Carmody. In fifth, Adam Wood. Sixth, Brian McFerrin. In seventh, Blake Gordon. Eighth, Tony Pandon. And in ninth, Mike Bass. 12th, ninth, Mike Bass, sorry. And in 10th, Blake Ziti. 11th, Andrew Burgess. Johnny Downey continues to drop here. He's running in 12th now. Josh Laston sitting in 13th. And 14th, we have Steve Gottschalk. 15th, Brandon Bernhardt making his move. Josh Hanner sitting in 16th after a strong qualifying run. Looking to make a move here towards the front. Derek Schilling looking on the inside. He's running in 17th as he's trying to grab another position. And in 18th, Kevin Haas. 19th, Don Warnke, and 20th, Dave Naughton. 21st, Kevin Muller, and in 22nd, Teddy Weichel. 23rd, Cody Mitchell, and in 24th, Steve Dominy. 25th, Ed Springer, and in 26th, Mike Burgess. 29th, we're looking at the 99 of Dan Witt, and in 27th. I'm losing my mind apparently. I can't run these down. 28th, John Gordon. 29th, Ross Gage. Greg Juice appears to be off track. Kevin Smith, Tim St. Jean, and Chris Vicini all appear to have retired here tonight. We look back up front. Justin Anderson just able to hold a nice lead here. As your top five looks like they're starting to group up again. That's Marshall Hall, Justin Anderson, Joe Dinsmore, Sean Carmody, Adam Wood. Top six, Brian McFerrin there. They're starting to bunch up here. Lap 46 of 125. We have some tight racing up here up front. Marshall Hall now getting all over the back of the number 73. Marshall making a strong run here at the first position. Continuing to turn in solid lap time. Just enough to shave off a little bit of time at the 73. Be interesting to see if he does catch him. Is he going to be able to make a fast move? Or is it going to tighten up that top six once again because they start running side by side? Only time will tell. .48 laps complete at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The AOLL Cup Series offering some great racing here tonight as Sean Carmody has his hand full with the number 45 Toyota of Adam Wood. Adam now looks like he's got his speed just back a little bit, looked on the inside. Carmody able to clear and gets back down in front of Adam. Adam's going to look here, stays on that higher side. It's one of the things that if you start looking to go 2 by 2, how much time are you going to lose to the guy, group in front of you, and is it going to allow the guy behind you to make a nice run? As we sit at lap 50 of 125. Marshall Hall now kind of glimpsing here at the outside of the number 1, or excuse me, 73. Now looks towards the inside, coming through 1, coming through 2 now. As the 73 jumps down just in front of him, gets a great run coming out of turn 2. Really able to keep that gap just there on Marshall Hall, as Adam Wood now looking towards the outside of Sean Carmody in the number 40. Adam once again looking towards that outside. He's on the outside of the Endeavor, number 40. Coming through 1, coming out of 2. Can he get the run? He's able to keep up a little bit of momentum. Here comes his teammate, the number 7, Brian McFerrin. Hopefully try to give him a little bit of a push. This might help 2 of these Steel Horse Racing cars to drop one of the Endeavor cars and grab an extra position. Right now, out of your top 6, 4 of these cars are Endeavor Racing. And then we have 1 of the Endeavor cars. And then you have the MGMR of Marshall Hall sitting in second. Adam Wood and Brian McFerrin able to clear the number 40 of Sean Carmody. Sean Carmody now, you kind of see him glimpsing towards that outside. He doesn't have he's not quite there, but now we have caution out. Caution has come out. And the 99 here, Dan Witt just gets a little loose, hits that outside wall. Looks like a solo car wreck. And it is a solo car wreck here. So that'll bring out the caution. And I have a sneaky suspicion now's going to be the time for pit stops. And while we have that opportunity, allow us to hear from one of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
And we're back as the race off pit road. Justin Anderson able to win it. He remains in first, but it looks like Joe Dinsmore able to grab 1 spot to come up into second, with Marshall Hall losing a spot. He'll drop to third. Adam Wood will remain in fourth. Brian McFerrin remains in fifth. Blake Gordon able to make a run there. He's able to grab 1 spot over Sean Carmody coming out of the pits. Tony Pannon in 8th. Mike Bass 9th, and in 10th, Steve Gottschalk. 11th is Brandon Bernhardt, so he's making his way back up there gradually. Kevin Haas sitting in 12th. Andrew Burgess 13th. Don Warnke in 14th. Derek Schilling in 15th. Steve Dominy in 16th. Showing Josh Hanner in 17th. Dave Naughton in 17th for Hanner. 18th for Naughton. Weichel now showing in 18th, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Looks like the 96 kind of dropping back here. Cody Mitchell now showing in 20th position. Pace car's lights are on, and we are under caution. while we have a second, let's go ahead and let's pull in Derek Schilling. Hey, Derek, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. You're having a strong run out there. Looks like you're up 14th spot, man. How's the race going for you tonight?
Going pretty good. Just trying to take it easy, and obviously didn't accomplish my first goal, keeping it off the wall. But yeah, it's going pretty good actually.
Yeah, like I said, you're up 14 spots, sitting in 15th right now. So you're having a really strong run. We've seen you fighting there with Blake Gordon, who's now up to 8th, I believe 6th around there. I think 7th. I gotta know, man. Can you get up there with these other guys, and make a run for this tonight?
If I don't blow out my tires like I did there, I believe I can actually. This setup's kind of comfortable for me after about 5 laps. So
Awesome, man. Well, you're looking good out there. It's awesome to see you running so well, and we hope for you to have a great finish here tonight.
I appreciate it.
As Derek Schilling currently showing in 15th position. Everybody starts to line back up side by side. Pace cars, lights are off. We're going back green flag racing on lap 58 of 125 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So I am curious, man, why we have an opportunity as we're about to go back green flag racing. How does everybody feel out there that watches NASCAR or just iRacing here? How do you feel about this next gen car and kind of seeing all the struggles that a lot of these drivers are having? I want to hear your input out there. His pace car is off, and we're back green flag racing. Justin Anderson with a great jump here on Joe Dinsmore. He will be able to clear him before we even get to the stripe. Marshall Hall able to get a solid jump there on the bottom line. As they head into turn 1, Joe Dinsmore gives Marshall nothing but room there as Marshall Hall's going to set sail here at the 73, but Joe Dinsmore with a great run. Marshall able to clear him, but Joe's going to cross him up, and he's going to look to the inside as they come into turn 3. You see multiple lanes there. Just at a second, third, and fourth is Adam Wood running that middle line. Joe Dinsmore in the low line, and Marshall Hall in the top line. But we have caution back out. As we look at the 82 of Mike Burgess, he just gets loose. Comes down, comes up into the wall, hard hit into the wall. And we'll come to a stop at the bottom there. And that'll bring another caution out. We're showing some other guys crashing here, so I want to take a look. Oh! I believe that was Sean Carmody. Yeah, he gets really loose. Slams on the wall, catches the 91. The 70, his teammate there. Johnny Downey takes a header. We got another one, a couple into the dirt. Big wreck there after the initial. And in racing, as they say, cautions breed cautions. And this is where patience can pay off. And what I mean by that there, as we're taking a look, Cody Mitchell now up to 15th position. He's just behind Josh Laston. Derek Schilling sitting in 13th. And as we stated earlier, we've had a couple quick early cautions. And with that, guys are losing their fast repairs. So as we see some of these later cautions, it makes you wonder who has their fast repair, who doesn't. I just happened to take a look at my stream there on Facebook. Apparently, I looked into the restream and I did not see the ungodly book that was typed in the description, and it didn't show me that, so I didn't delete anything because I didn't see it. So I do apologize if you see that description and you get confused on what league you're watching. If you're watching the AOLL Cup Series here tonight, I'll take care of that when we get done. And let's go ahead and let's hear from the series.
The AOLL Racing League began racing in the early 90s with Papyrus's NASCAR Racing and has grown over the decades, now racing on the iRacing platform. The AOLL has 3 divisions: the TNT Series Developmental Division for our beginners and those getting back into racing, the Cup Series for our veterans and Class A licensed drivers, the Sportsman Division racing the Gander Outdoor Trucks with drivers from the TNT and Cup Series. You can catch all of the AOLL action here on Ghostfire Media.
And after a short commercial break, we are back. Lap 61 of 125. We should just be over halfway when we go back green flag racing here tonight. As we said, cautions will breed cautions out here. Again, slick track, especially on fresh tires. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get back a nice green flag run we just had. Like to see another one. But hey, Dave, right? I did say it was roughly around 50 laps. For the fact they came in on that last caution and took tires and fuel and stuff, I would say they were probably roughly around that. When you figure the first 3 or 4 cautions were rather early. So I would definitely say they're probably getting roughly around 50 laps. If depending on the amount of cautions and who kind of stops right now, who doesn't, is going to really depict on if they can make it or not towards the end. I would assume guys will have to come in for at least fuel one more time. Pace cars lights are off. We're about to go back green flag racing. Not a problem, Dave. Not a problem. Sometimes I can sound kind of smart, although I tend not to do math in public. As the pace car leads them through turn 3 and turn 4. It will dip off here coming out of turn 4 as they head towards the tri-oval. Justin Anderson will lead them back to another green flag. Pace car is off. Justin Anderson gets a nice jump once again. Marshall Hall also gets a nice jump there. He's able to stay just on the outside of him as he'll probably try to squeeze down here just over halfway. He'll stay high. He takes that high line. Kind of comes down into a midline right now. And he has a nice run here coming out of turn 1. Cross up as he now looks towards the inside of the 73 as they head into turn 3. He will get a nose on Justin Anderson as they come through turn 3, heading through turn 4. Marshall Hall looking extremely strong here on this start. Justin Anderson able to get a nice run out of turn 4, just stayed just out in front of him. But Marshall making the run here, but who's coming up in the rear there? That's Blake Gordon, the number 51 Endeavor. Blake starting to make that run as Joe Dinsmore drops back just a little bit. Cautions back out. Joe Dinsmore dropped back to 7th position. As we see the 3 just get loose. Comes down that inside wall, takes a hard hit. Locks it up. He's able to get it stopped before he comes back up into traffic and catches anybody else. So good on him for really holding them brakes and getting that car stopped. And that'll bring caution back out as right now Justin Anderson followed by Marshall Hall, Blake Gordon. Lap 65 of 125. While we have a second, let's go ahead and let's pull in the number 51 of Blake Gordon. Hey Blake, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do. What's going on, man?
Hey man, you having a strong run there. We seen you back earlier, roughly around 20th. Kind of, we see you making a nice tricky move as you stay out. We've seen you there in the back. You were making a strong run, really working your way up. Now we see you up here in the front. The race really coming around to you. How's it feel out there?
Yeah, it's tricky, man. There's a lot of issues getting into one, going through the one in the middle of 1 and 2. Car just gets really loose. Same thing in 3 and 4, especially when the tires are pretty cold. So until they get heat and pressure, it's pretty sketchy. But yeah, I'd like to finish a cup race. Had some bad luck at Daytona and Auto Club, and lap 9 got caught up in another wreck tonight. So just trying to take it easy, not damage the car from here on out. I didn't know what to do there with like tires. I thought maybe I could like fake some people out. I didn't expect the whole field to go, so I guess I'm gonna have to be careful here at the start because I know I'm not on good tires. So yeah, it'll be fun, I guess.
Well, Greg just called you Blake Slick Gordon. I mean, I don't know. This might work out in your favor. You guys did just pit around lap 54, and it looked like everybody took tires then.
Yeah, we haven't really run a whole lot of laps on these tires. It's not like last week where I like severely miscalculated how many green flag laps we had on the tires. Hopefully they're decent. I feel better being the leader. I can kind of control the restart and where I'm going into one and what line I want. So I'm trying to think about that right now. So yeah, I just hope the rest of this, the last half of the race goes well and we can stay up here.
Yeah, absolutely,
Looks like
man.
Justin and those guys are really fast. So.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of strong racing there at about the top 6. And then now to include yourself, now that you're up there around top 7. So be interesting in the rest of this race, man. Good luck to you the rest of the race.
Thanks, man. Yeah, hopefully when this thing's all said and done, I'll be chatting with you again.
Absolutely, brother.
All right, man. Thanks. See you.
And and honestly, I don't disagree with Blake there on the call. I mean, now everybody else, if you come in, you get 4 tires and you get fuel. I said roughly around 50 laps. You probably could make it from here on fuel, especially if you get another caution. But the chances of you coming back in and taking 4 tires, as where Blake will, that'll put Blake on fresh tires later on in this race than anybody else. If we start getting green flag laps, you kind of see that, and I just don't feel like they took enough green flag laps to warrant 4 tires. But also, that's the reason why I'm here in the booth and I'm not out there driving. So I wouldn't have to make that call. I'm glad they are the ones that are out there having to make their call. So it'll be interesting. Greg Wallen did say it worked for Bowman. Absolutely. If you guys did catch the race, the NASCAR race today, the top 3 were Hendrick's cars. It was Bowman, it was Lawson, and it was, I can't even think the kid's name, and he's number 24. He's my favorite car. So yeah, anyways, but 3 Hendrick cars, and they all went in and took 2 tires, and their 2 tires were sticker tires. And after that, it was the 18, and he took 4 tires, but they were all scuffs. And it worked out for Hendrick as they finished 1-2. Byron, thank you, Brian. Byron. It worked out for him right there pretty nicely. Hendrick getting the 1-2. William Byron did not finish in the top. I don't know if he finished top 5, but he definitely didn't finish 3rd. He dropped back a little bit, I think like 6th or 7th. But they were able to get 1-2 for Bowman and Lawson. So good on them. It did work for Hendrick today in the Las Vegas race. So let's see if it works in iRacing. I'll say one thing. It seems like if you've been following NASCAR at all, it seems like these next-gen cars, the Chevys does have a little bit of advantage out there. And the funny thing is, in iRacing, they actually had an advantage when they were first implemented in the game over the other cars, and it wasn't intentional on iRacing's part. So maybe iRacing was onto something there. It's supposed to be hashed out. All these cars are supposed to be even, so be interesting to see. I definitely think Blake's onto something here. Don Warkey sitting in 2nd, Ed Springer in 3rd, 4th Sean Carmody, and 5th Steve Dominy, Steve Gottschalk in 6th, Adam Wood, Justin Anderson 7th and 8th, as the 51 leads us around to the green flag. Pace car is off. Blake Gordon gets a great jump over Don Warkey there. That's going to allow the 40 Sean Carmody, his teammate, to get a nice run. Here comes the 91 Steve Gottschalk, the 45 Adam Wood. You got the 27 to Johnny Downey there in 7th. He's on that outside. The 16 Ed Springer starting to drop a little bit as he's kind of in that midline. Justin Anderson just on that low side. 2 wide, 3 wide going into turn 3 as Marshall Hall. He looks on the inside. He'll get Johnny Downey. Cody Mitchell now up to 9th, just ahead of the 95 of Joe Dinsmore. So this is really working out for some of these guys. But right now, Blake Gordon, he is the lone man here in first place over Sean Carmody. They gap about a half a second. Marshall Hall just behind them. Adam Wood now looking on the outside. Caution back out. Oh, the 58 gets loose, catches the 26, gets the 50. Looks like the 99, 95. Joe Dinsmore biting in on that one. Big wreck again. And I know this is really going to hurt some of your top contenders, especially the 95. Let's take a look, see what kind of damage he might be sustained. You can see some right side damage. Don't look terrible. A little crunchiness on the hood. He definitely is going to come in. We got 71 of 125 complete here. So I definitely see him coming in. I don't know if he'll get a fast repair. You see Josh Lassman with a lot of damage on the right side of his car. And we will be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right. Pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
And we are back here. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 72 of 125 laps complete. While we have a second, let's go ahead. Let's pull in another driver. Let's speak with the 45 of Adam Wood. Hey, Adam, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got a copy.
Hey, man, you're looking really strong out there, running third, second. You think you got anything for the top, 5 at this point?
I mean, my teammates still horse racing. They're pretty quick right now. Marshall's putting on a clinic. Sean Carmody rolled up with him. He's got some speed. We got a few lap fresher tires. I don't know. It's going to be a crapshoot if we can actually get a good green flag run here. If we can get a long good run here, tires will make the difference. And whoever can baby the car the best while still driving fast as hell is going to be the winner.
Yeah, man, it looked like from about third on back, all took tires. I know definitely Blake did not. I'm sure you took fuel at that point. Are you going to be able to make it on fuel from that last stop?
It's going to be close. We're out here trying to clutch it and try to make sure we go there. I mean, my mindset is green-white checkers maybe. You know, will we have enough for that? If we do come to it, will we pit? You know, there's a lot of, future scenarios that we have no clue what's going to happen.
Well, it looks like you're having a really strong run out there, man. Hey, your teammate Greg Willen just said he hearts you, Adam. I want to point out that he is rooting for you. He said that you're a good teammate, and quite frankly, the 73 of Justin Anderson just wins too much.
He does win way too much. But hey, I'm just happy to see all of our teammates up here. We were very dominant. We had the 5 of the top 6 spots at one point, and then unfortunate events got some people further back there, Joe. But we're hoping to kind of move up ahead and get everybody up here and try to get a good still horse race finish here for the final here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you having some good luck out there, and good luck to you the rest of this race.
And you just jinxed me. Thanks, man. Have a great one.
Have a good one. Hey, that right there is what they call the commentator's curse, and I don't think I jinxed him. I think he's gonna be all right. He's sitting there in 4th position. I think he'll be all right. Somebody made the comment earlier. We'll go back here, and Greg is actually the one that said it. That Blake guy, the 51, he's a little good. He's pretty good. Anybody that knows him, they call him the resident alien. The dude's fast. Sean Carmody come up in that group with Blake, so he can drive the wheels off of his car. Marshall Hall, as Adam just said, putting a clinic on there. The kid is just super fast. And then you got guys like Adam Wood, Justin Anderson, Steve Gottschalk sitting at 6, Cody Mitchell sitting at 7, Don Warkey at 8, Ed Springer, Josh Hanner, 9th and 10th. These guys looking extremely strong out there. We're about to go back green flag racing. Pace car is about to dip off. And it will be on the number 51 of Blake Gordon. And Blake takes off. Green flag. We are back to green flag racing. Gets a heck of a jump there on the 45 as he was able to clear his teammate there in the 40. Gets a great jump. And you'll see Blake take off pretty quick. But look who's coming right away. Marshall Hall makes an extremely fast move. He's going to take over second. And he is all over the back of Blake Gordon. Looking towards the inside already. Marshall Hall looks to take the lead early as just behind them, Justin Anderson passes Adam Wood. He sets his sights now on Sean Carmody in the 40. He'll pass Sean Carmody. That'll bring him up to 3rd. Now he goes to the high side, gets up behind Blake Gordon. Now he looks middle as Marshall starts to drop just a little bit. Blake's going to be able to get around him and clear him. As now you got Blake Gordon, Marshall Hall, and Justin Anderson. 1, 2, 3. Blake Gordon able to open up just a little bit of a gap here on Marshall Hall in the number 1. Justin Anderson, he's now got a rear view mirror full of the number 45, Adam Wood, as he makes a strong run. We're going to take a look. Cody Mitchell, he's coming into pit road. We see a lot of damage on that car. Let's see if we can rewind it just real quick, see what happened. He hits loose, comes down, tags the 91. The 5 tries to miss, gets loose, tags the 44. The 5's able to keep rolling. Cody comes down, hits that inside wall. And now yellow flag is back out as the 5 gets loose, comes down in front of the 50, comes back up. Looks like he caught the 87, 16, 99. Oh, you hate to see it for Derek Schilling. Has a nice little bit of damage there on the front end, sitting in 13th position. Who that helps out, though, that could help out Cody Mitchell if he can get back out rather quick. Unless he retired. Now, also who this helps out, the 51 Blake Gordon. This is allowing him to preserve his tires a little bit. He's going to come down there now. He's going to come in. Looks like he'll get 4 tires, fuel. Marshall Hall coming down himself. No! Whoa! We had something crazy happen there. He turned up and catches the 73 and gets a bit of damage there on his right side. So they play the fake out game. You see the 73's got some nice marks there on the left side of his car. Marshall Hall with some damage on the right side of his car. Blake Gordon coming back on the track. Ah, the infamous cone. Takes out the cone. You gotta love it. If anybody that knows this, these drivers have an affection with the cone. They love taking out the cone. As he's back with the 95 Joe Dinsmore. You see Joe Dinsmore, a lot of damage to that car. Lap 80 of 125 here tonight, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The AOLL Cup Series 2022 season, race number 3. Blake now sitting back in 13th. We've seen him looking extremely strong. Marshall Hall now with a little bit of damage. You have Justin Anderson with a little bit of damage. Will that affect their cars at all? Is that going to be advantage Adam? Adam right now still looking clean. So is that going to be his advantage? Although he said I did jinx him. So let's hope we didn't. Just behind him, you got Sean Carmody looking extremely strong. You got Steve Gottschalk sitting in 5th. And in 6th, Braden Bernhardt's worked his way back up. Blake Ziti sitting in 7th. Kevin Haas in 8th. And in 9th, Steve Dominy. 10th, Andrew Burgess. And in 11th, Mike Bass. Joe Dinsmore sitting in 12th. Blake Gordon in 13th. Brian McFerrin in 14th. Josh Hanner in 15th. And in 16th, Josh Lassen. Teddy Weichel in 17th. 18th, Ed Springer. 19th, John Gordon. And in 20th, Derek Schilling. That'll wrap up your top 20 drivers. We're on lap 81 of 125. And it looks like Cody Mitchell, unfortunately, has retired for the evening. You got to be really impressed with what Cody does out there. As he stated, with his job and stuff like that, he doesn't get as much practice as he'd probably like to. So running really strong. I'd love to see him really be able to, get some good practice in there. Brian says that he said his steering was messed up. Definitely a possibility. I know I've taken a little bit of hit with these cars, and it just seems like they were fragile, which is crazy because if you watch the actual cups, NASCAR Cup, it seems like they take pretty good bit of damage and still can go unless they're there's certain aspects of that car. The tires seem like to be the biggest thing that just it will not take. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Cody, and we'll see if Marshall can bring one home for the team here. Pace car's lights are off. They're headed in turn 3. So lined up side by side. See if any of this damage between he and the 73 is going to cause them any little bit of issues here tonight. We will be lap 83 when we go back racing. His car is off. And we are back. Green flag racing. Marshall Hall leads them down. The 73 able to stay right on them. And the 45 all over the back of Marshall Hall. They head down into turn 1. Marshall Hall gets a nice run there on that inside. He's going to be able to clear the 73 of Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson gets just behind him now. He looks towards the inside of Marshall Hall as they head into turn 3. Justin Anderson able to get a strong run coming out of turn 4. He will be able to clear Marshall Hall. Will he go up in front of him? No, he won't. Marshall's able to get a nice run. He's going to stay side by side as they come into turn 1. Adam Wood just kind of being an onlooker there, kind of hanging back, looking to see what's going on. The 73 able to make the pass. He jumps up in front of him, but here comes number 1. So he looks to jump Comes down to the inside. They're side by side heading into turn 3. Coming through turn 4 and out of turn 4. Once again, they're side by side heading down the tri-oval. Some great racing here up front. As just behind them, you see, here comes the number 51, Blake Gordon. As he's dealing with his teammates here, they're able to pass Sean Carmody. He and Blake Ziti. Now Blake Gordon's going to look to pass, well, the number 50 of Blake Ziti. You have Endeavor 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th with Blake Ziti, Blake Gordon, Sean Carmody, and Brandon Bernhardt. As Blake Gordon now looks towards the outside, as he will set his sights, try to take over 4th position, and then get behind Adam Wood and chase down the 45. And your leaders, they are still 1-2. Marshall Hall side by side, the 73, as they come through turn 4. The 73 gets another great run coming out of turn 4. Coming into turn 1, coming through turn 2, side by side as they come down the backstretch. That little bit of damage that both these cars sustained by trying to play the rat race there going into the pits don't seem to be affecting either car at all. And if they are, I couldn't tell. As they are side by side coming across the stripe, it's the 73 continuing to lead as Marshall Hall staying right beside him. On looking there, Adam Wood, but Adam needs to be a little bit careful because lurking just behind him, you have the 51 of Blake Gordon. Joe Dinsmore now, even with his sustained damage, he's gotten around the 50 of Blake Ziti, and he looking to make a run as he's starting to catch the number 70 of Brandon Bernhardt. Justin Anderson able to clear the number 1 of Marshall Hall. As now, here comes the 45. Adam Wood starting to make a nice run. And just behind him, you have Blake Gordon that last lap. Blake Gordon with the 35-2. Sean Carmody with a 35-1. Adam Wood with the 35-8. And your two leaders, 36-7, 37-0. Now, Justin Anderson with a 34-8, 35-7 from Marshall Hall, 35-0 from Adam Wood, and a 35-4 from Blake Gordon. So definitely keep an eye out there. Blake Gordon, he's going to be on the fresher tires, may just be kind of conserving tires. As Adam Wood starting to catch your top 3 here, he may want to have something to say over here as we are on lap 90 of 125. 35 laps remaining. These guys will start pushing a little bit more, especially with that gap there. About 1.5 seconds back to Blake Gordon. He'll start pushing a little bit more to try to catch these guys. Not only do you have to catch them, but then you got to have the time to get around them. Catching the driver is one thing, passing the driver is another thing. So it'd be interesting to see what Blake will do here if he'll start pushing and try not to use up his tires. The greatest thing is Cody Mitchell just said Woo looks good in this run. Cody, the fact that you called him Woo, which is Marshall's like thing, I don't know where he got it from. He just called him it one day and we all thought it was funny, and that's what we called Adam. Just makes my heart happy that it just continues on. As Adam Woo Wood is running all over the back of the number 1 of Marshall Hall. He's having a strong run here, staying in that middle line as the 73 continues to lead. But you got a new challenger getting a great run out of turn 4. Adam Wood looking towards the outside now of the number 1 Marshall Hall as they head into turn 1. Marshall getting through turn 1 and turn 2 extremely strong, but with Adam running that higher line, should get a nice drive coming out of there. You see him on the backstretch. He's got a nice drive all over the back of the number 1 as they head into turn 3. Just behind them, here comes Blake Gordon now starting to catch up. Adam now looks towards the inside of Marshall Hall. He's going to be side by side, coming across the stripe, coming down into turn 1. Adam Wood will make the pass on number 1 Marshall Hall. He moves him up to second place as now he sets his sights on his teammate Justin Anderson. So Marshall and Adam, we're going to have to start getting going because the alien's coming, and he's coming fast. A 36 won that last lap as opposed to a 31 by everybody else. So he's about half a second faster than the rest of these three. So here he comes. He's looking already, trying to make a move here on the number one. Dave Wright out there, he concurred with what me and Blake were talking about. It was probably the right move for him to not pet when everybody else did. That's looking to be the case right now. He is faster. That last lap, 36.7, 31.02 for your leader and a 31 flat. As now, here comes the 51 on the inside of Marshall Hall. He's going to take third spot. He's already looking for second. He's trying to get a twofer coming through here as he comes out of turn 4 side by side with Adam Wood. Side by side as they come through the stripe, heading down into turn 1. Here comes the 51. Blake Gordon gets a massive run coming in there on that low line. We have seen that low line's pretty quick around the corner, but it's the higher line is where you're getting that drive coming down those straights. Adam gets a nice drive here, but Blake, he's getting a strong drive for that low line. And here he goes, still on that inside. We are still green flag, 96 laps complete. Now, going on 97 as the 45-51 side-by-side coming across the stripe, and they are catching Justin Anderson, your leader. Blake Gordon is on a mission right now. Side by side with Adam Wood. They continue to run side by side, and they have caught the 73 of Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson now goes to that inside. Adam stays on that outside. 51, Blake Gordon stays on that outside. Here comes Justin Anderson, comes back up a little bit. Blake now getting a nice little run. You can't discount the number one here on Marshall Hall. He's just kind of hung around. He may be biding his time, saving a little bit of his tires. As these guys remain side by side. Now sneaking up here, Joe Dinsmore now up to 5th. Passing Brandon Bernhardt, Sean Carmody. Here comes Brian McFerrin. He's making a move. Josh Laston up a spot. He's now up to 9th. Now it makes you wonder, all this side-by-side racing with the 45 and 51, what is this doing to their tires? Is this wearing their tires out? You see that little bit of shake there by the 51 of Blake Gordon. He just got a little bit loose there, but he keeps it under wraps. That's going to allow Adam to make a little bit of a run there, but they continue side by side. They got the number one. Marshall Hall just kind of hanging out there. He's just watching, waiting for his opportunity to pounce as these guys remain side by side. The impressive thing is they're not losing the 73. If anything, it seemed like they were catching the 73 earlier. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up this pace. Brian McFerrin right now, he's the only driver right now showing in the 30s still with the 39.8. Most of these guys 31.31. Now Blake Gordon, he jumps behind Adam, now goes high. He's just changing up a little bit. Marshall now looks on the inside. Dave said he has seen no bobbles from Adam. Adam has been cool. He's been calm, collective. As here comes Blake once again, mounting another charge here just on the outside. Blake might have got tired of that inside. He's going to try to start running that momentum to get it on this straight. As now Adam all over the back of the 73 of Justin Anderson. He continues in that middle line. You see the only one running that low line, the 73 of Justin Anderson. Blake's got a handful now of the number one. 24 laps to go right now here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We have a race for the lead here. Adam Wood, Blake Gordon, Marshall Hall, all chasing Justin Anderson in the 73 USPS Chevrolet. As he continues to run that low inside line and then bringing it out, trying to get himself some nice runs as the 45 kind of backs off just a little bit. Probably the most breathing room he's given the 73 in probably the last 5 laps. And that includes with Blake being side by side with him. Adam now charging making another run at him. All over the back of the 73. Continues just to stay right there. He stays low this time. He's going to switch up lines. Maybe trying to see, can I find something else that works? He has a little bit of a gap back to the 51. Right now, your top 4 cars are just separated by a little over half a second. Marshall's just about 0.50 seconds back from your leader. Blake is about a 0.38. Now Marshall about half a second back. So your top 4 are really tight here, as once again, Adam just staying on the back of the 73. Makes you wonder, is Adam waiting? Is he conserving right now? Is he just waiting, putting pressure on his teammates, see if he makes a mistake? We know Justin Anderson, he's pretty calm under pressure, so I don't foresee him making any mistake. Is Adam just biding his time, saving tires? Or is he feeling the pressure from the 51 of Blake Gordon, knowing Blake's on the fresher tires? But here comes Adam Wood inside. He is now on the inside of the 73. Justin Anderson, is he going to be able to make the pass? No, Justin Anderson gets the strong run there on that mid-line. Now, here he comes. Here comes Blake Gordon. He's looking towards the outside. Adam Wood looking towards the inside. Adam and Blake Gordon side by side coming out of turn 2 as they head down the backstretch. Blake getting a monstrous run. We see the 73 jumping up, making sure that the 51 can't jump him there on the outside. The 73 really making that car wide, trying to make sure these guys can't make any big runs on him. Now you've got second, third, Blake Gordon, Adam Wood side by side once again. If Adam's going to have to, or if he's going to make a run, he's got to go now. Blake now strong run there into turn 1, clearing him coming out of turn 2. He'll get the run. Adam's going to just get up behind him. He's going to be able to get in front of Marshall Hall. Adam might take it. And once again, we're back. Just a slight hiccup. It looked like in the system now, as we are 17 laps to go. Apparently my OBS does not like these long races. As right now, Adam Wood all over the back of the 51, Marshall Hall right there. Your top 4 all within about a second of each other. Honestly, they're all within a half a second of each other. As right now, here comes Marshall Hall looking to the inside of Adam Wood. Lap traffic may become a factor here with 16 laps to go. Blake Gordon now running that outside line, trying to get those runs, see if he can't make something happen here. Adam with a nice run coming out of turn 4, stays side by side with Marshall Hall. Now Blake, huge run, and my internet just dropped. He had a huge run there, 15 laps to go. Now Marshall able to clear him. We have Adam Wood dropping back to 4th position as he's mounting another charge here, trying to make another run at the number one. See the number 96, he just gets out of everybody's way, makes a nice little, gives everybody plenty of room. You don't have to really worry about him. That's a good move by the 96 as your top 4 continue to race here. Adam Wood now side by side again with Marshall Hall, 13 laps to go. But now Blake Gordon all over the back of the 73 of Justin Anderson. All over the back is an understatement right now. 13 laps to go. He'll put the pressure on him. That's all he's going to do. He's just going to put pressure on him. See if he can make the 73 make a mistake. We know Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson, he's cold. He's got ice in his veins. I don't foresee him making a big mistake. Blake Gordon, though, again, resident alien. He's going to put the pressure on, and he will make the move when the time comes. 12 laps to go. I don't foresee him making a move too early. He doesn't want to give up too much on where his speed is, Justin Anderson, because Justin Anderson can adapt really quick once you pass him. Adam Wood now able to get around the number 1 of Marshall Hall. That'll set him in 3rd position. Coming out of turn 4. Also note this, Fuel, we asked Adam earlier. He said it'll be close. Be interesting to see. Will fuel be an issue here tonight? Here goes Blake Gordon on the inside. We know if these other guys can make it, Blake Gordon can make it on fuel. Here he goes, looking on the inside. Comes out of turn 2. Going to get back behind Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson with that midline, able to make a nice run and just stay out in front of the 51. Now Blake slides up into that midline. He's trying to get that run coming down the front stretch. Justin Anderson extremely strong coming off the bottom. But here comes Blake as that second half of that tri-oval. It just seems like he's getting a monstrous run. And it's got to be that difference from those two lines. As now Blake just slightly ahead, or a higher line as they come out of turn number 2, coming down the back stretch. And now Marshall Hall once again on the inside of Adam Wood. As they come through turn 3, he will easily clear Adam Wood and he'll take over the 3rd position. Justin Anderson now with 9 laps to go. He has a nice little gap here behind Blake Gordon. It's not over though. I'm sure Blake Gordon, again on the fresher tires, he will mount a charge. As you see, starting to catch up just a little bit. Big thing to know, as Blake said earlier, these cars are rather slick. So how much will he push this car trying to catch these guys? Just back there, you got in 5th, Brian McFerrin. So right now, he's worked his way back up to 5th position. Behind him, you got the number 70 of Brandon Bernhardt. Then you got Joe Dinsmore, Sean Carmody, Josh Hanner back up to 9th. Mike Bass running in 10th. 8 laps to go here tonight, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Blake Gordon getting a nice run coming off of turn 2. As you see just behind him, Adam Wood now looking once again on the inside of the number 1 of Marshall Hall. Dave said Blake's tires are going. It's a possibility. Also knowing Blake, he may be conserving something. You see him sucking up the back on the 73. There you go, making a strong run down into turn 1. Blake ain't done yet. I don't think he's as bad as you think, Dave. I think he's just waiting, biding his time. Like I said, he's smart enough to know that Justin Anderson can adapt really quick to what Blake's doing. And he'll waste the rest of what his car's got to try to pass him back. So I think Blake's going to make a strong run here probably in these last 5 laps to try to pass him. As you see him all over the back, looks towards the inside, side by side, heading down into turn 1. We have a race for the lead. The 73 on that outside line. He again gets that strong run coming out of there. Really pushes it. You see how close he was to that wall. He's going to be able to clear Blake. Now Blake, he'll set himself back up. You see midline, 6 laps to go. He'll set himself back up. He'll make another strong run here. He's learning where he's faster, learning where he can be faster. 5 laps to go. I think you're going to start seeing Blake push the issue now. Marshall Hall once again gets around Adam Wood. Adam Wood not done with Marshall Hall though, as he stays on that outside line. Just in front of them though, Blake all over the back of the 73. They're going to catch up to some more lap traffic here. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go here. Blake Gordon side by side with the 73. Justin Anderson as they head into turn 3. Coming through turn 3 into turn 4. Blake Gordon side by side as they come down the front stretch. He's got the run here as they are side by side. 2 laps to go. Blake on the inside coming into turn 1. Justin Anderson gets a strong run coming out of the on that outside. Is he going to be able to clear Blake Gordon? You see him get a little wiggly there. Blake now adjusts one more time. He comes to the outside. Looks towards the outside. Can he get a run here? 1 lap to go. Final lap. Does Blake Gordon have anything for Justin Anderson? They head into turn 1. We see the 87, the 27 just in front of them. I don't think you're going to see too much issue with them. Tap the wall. One of the drivers tapped the wall. We heard that. But you see the 87 getting out of the way here. I believe that may have been Blake as he kind of loses a little bit of speed here. He drops back. Justin Anderson coming out of turn 4. He will win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Justin Anderson in the number 73. Adam Wood able to get around Marshall Hall as well as Brandon Bernhardt. That put Marshall Hall back to 5th. As Justin Anderson will come over, burn the tires down here at Las Vegas. He might as well go hit the casino. It looks like Lady Luck's on his side here tonight. Your winner, Justin Anderson. Hey, Justin, it's Larry in the booth, man. Got a copy?
I do indeed.
Man, what a race out there. How does it feel to grab another win?
That was really, really hard work. That was one of the best races from me that I think I've ever driven. Blake is so good, and you can't make a single mistake when you're racing against him. And he raced me clean. I did go down close to his door a couple times, and he really cut me some breaks. And I'm glad he's in the league. He's so much fun to race against. Adam was fun, Marshall. So it was a great race. I was worried about having too many cautions, but it didn't work out that way. So I was really pleased with the league overall, but that was an amazing battle with Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an amazing race. I mean, there at one point, you guys had the top 6 all within probably, a second of each other, which was just amazing to watch.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's when Carmody was up there. Adam, me, that was a lot of fun too. And to pull the train around, I actually figured out what I was going into the turns a lot less than Marshall was. And when I saw what he was doing, that kind of informed, oh, I can do that too if I need to. So I actually picked up a tip from watching him in my mirror. So thanks, Marshall.
I did say, it's funny because I was sitting here and it was Dave said that Blake's tires are going. I said, honestly, Blake's probably conserving right now. And it's just because once he gets around Justin's going to see what he's doing and where he's faster, and he'll pick up on that really quick. So was that a fear for you that he was just holding off till the end there?
Yes. I've raced Blake a long time, and Blake is good at tire management. He's good at, actually, I think he and Greg Wellen are the two best at, if they're getting beat by somebody, watching what they do and then adapting and then doing it better than that person was doing it. So yes, I was worried that Blake was going to follow me and then he was going to clear me. I had also burned up my tires at the beginning of the run racing Marshall, so it wasn't like I had an opportunity to save while Blake was coming up through the field. So the last 20 laps were very worrisome to me, because if Blake had cleared me, I don't think I would have been able to get back past him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I want to point out something real quick is that Greg did, he's in the chat right now, said he was on his way back from Las Vegas, so we were entertaining him. But he did throw in the chat there that he was rooting for Adam because Adam's a really good teammate and you just win too much.
Says the person who won last week. I'm #just saying.
Well, I mean,
Adam is a good teammate, though. Everyone at Steelhorse, Steve, Brian, Joe, like, we all work really well together. We give each other tips or talk through like how we're running, like what offset we're using and everything else. So, and Greg is a part of that. He's someone that I aim for. I feel like he and Blake certainly are more talented than I am, so I try and learn as much as I can from racing against them, and they make me better.
Well, that's fair enough, man. Hey, another great win for you here tonight, man. We look forward to watching you again next week.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for doing the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it.
Always, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
And that was Justin Anderson, and now let's pull up the resident alien back again, Mr. Blake Gordon. Hey, Blake, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I sure do, man. What's going on?
Man, what a strong run from you. It seemed like that strategy for you there, off, cycling through without him was going to work out for you. Did you have anything for Justin there at the end?
I really needed to get to his outside, but I think from running with Adam earlier, I kind of burned up the right front more than I needed to, wasting that many laps trying to get around him. And I didn't have the tires to get around Justin. We were so evenly matched. And as long as he held the outside and didn't let me get my nose out there, he was going to be fine. It was just a little too tight running the middle through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 to really get that run to carry the speed, off the corner and pull up next to him. But yeah, that was a hell of a fight. Glad to finish one finally. Feels good. Yeah, that was. Yeah, the race actually went better than me and the rest of the team thought it was going to go. We all thought, we'd all end up crashed out again. It was, like I said, practice this week. I put in, man, probably like 150, 200 laps in practice this week, just trying to figure out how to drive this thing on the intermediates, because it's so much different than what we were using the last 2 years. It's a whole different approach. So yeah, coming out of here with a second feels pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, you looked really strong out there, and I even asked Justin because honestly, I thought you had a little bit more than what you were showing him, and I figured it was probably because you didn't want to show him what you were doing to be faster.
I felt like I was getting a better exit than him late in the run, but like I said, I couldn't do anything to get my nose to his outside. And we've had these type of races before, me and Justin, where it's come down to protecting the outside. I think last year Atlanta, I beat him by finally working my way into the outside lane and was able to pass him from there. But tonight he was able to hold me off on that line, and that paid off for him. So congrats again to him. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, killer race, and we look forward to watching you again next week, man.
Yeah, well, my work schedule is going to be a little bit weird here the rest of the year. So if I'm here next week, great. If not, that's why I'm kind of flipping back and forth between nights and days right now. So if I can be here next week, I will be.
Well, we're hoping you are, man.
I don't even know where we're at. I hope it's a good track if I can be here.
If you give me like 2 seconds, I can tell you.
Phoenix, yeah, I really hope I'm here.
Oh, is it Phoenix?
Yeah.
Dang, that was quick. You did that quicker than I did. Definitely.
I am speed, bro.
Alien. All right, brother. Hey, man, have a good one. We hope to see you next week.
You too, man. Thanks again, as always, for doing the broadcast. And yeah, see you next week, man.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. See you.
So I kind of have this thing that I don't really talk to third place unless they're not normally in third place or top 3. Adam Wood finished third place. I don't normally get to talk to Adam after a race. We're going to talk to Adam.
Closing the gap.
Hey, Adam, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do, man. Oh, man, that was a hellacious race.
Hey, I kind of break my own rules here because I normally only talk to the top 2 unless the third person I don't really get to talk to that often. And I don't ever really get to talk to you. So I'm bringing you in.
How's it going, man?
It's going fantastic. I just want to point out, first and foremost, I didn't jinx you.
You did not. Man, hopefully we put on a hell of a show for the up front. I know there was battles all throughout the track tonight. You can look at the relative and see that, there was battles going on and people were actually making moves. And but I know up front, the top 4 of us, we pulled away, and oh man, it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, man, it was a heck of a run out there. But yeah, I mean, as we discussed earlier, you guys at one point, had the top 6 within about a second of each other running around there. And there at the end, I mean, the top 4, you guys were still within about a second of each other. At one point, within a half second of each other. So it was a killer race, man. What could you have done different to maybe stayed up there just a little bit, further up?
Well, with my bad luck, I only had like 10 seconds worth of damage from glancing the wall. I didn't use it, my fast repair, and then I think there's another time a little bit later in the race with like 20 to go. I kind of tapped the wall again and made a little bit more damage for myself. And going into 1, I couldn't power in the corner anymore. Like, I really had to let off. I couldn't power off the corner because the rear end, it just wanted to snap. I was lucky to get by Marshall there. Me and him had a hell of a battle going, and like I had to ease off. I finally figured out turn 3 and 4. I was able to back off, and I would get a good run down the front stretch. I mean, that helped me stay on the outside of Blake. I was doing my best to, if I could get in front of Justin to pass, I'm going to wear Blake's tires out and have him ride underneath me for I think we did about 5-10 laps of him underneath me. And dude, it was nerve-wracking, but it was the most fun I've had in a while.
Yeah, man, it was an absolutely killer race. Next week, you guys got Phoenix, man. You think you can duplicate this?
Phoenix is a whole other animal. I want to see the updated setups when they come out after this update coming out before I start actually trying to log any laps. It's a tricky track. I'll have to see how well it works. It's going to be my last race. We'll go from there, and most likely I'll miss the next Sunday due to moving, and then I'll come back in hopefully the following. Hopefully the movers don't take two weeks to drive from Texas to North Carolina.
Well, hopefully you just do what you normally do and throw your sim rig into your car.
I can't fit this in a Charger.
Hey, rent a U-Haul and put the charger on the back of a trailer.
No, I'm good. I don't trust that.
Hey,
But no, man, it's a good one. I finally got a good race underneath me. I jumped up 6 spots. I'm tied with 8th in the points. So there's a lot of ties. We got ties for 6th. Brian McFerrin and Tony Pannon's tied for 6th. Mike Bass and myself are tied for 8th. So I mean, Blake Gordon made the biggest jump. He's got
exactly.